access to a LoRa antenna. And we were looking to have 10,000 as the initial manufacturing of the LoRa antenna once it starts. So I hope that answers your question, Murat.
Yeah, I got my just quick one. Then we will have to buy these antenna by ourselves. You will not ship them to Genesis node miners.
Correct. They're separate. They're totally separate products. And Genesis node miners are built for mining DPR, and LoRa antennas are built for mining HNT, of course. And so they're separate, and their line of schedule for production and shipping and everything are completely separate.
Okay, we will buy it from shop.dpr.network. Am I right?
We hope so. We don't know yet. I don't want to jump the gun because it's all based on the approval again, right? And so Helium's going to have their input on how these things are sold, how much they are. So all these things will be a factor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Eric.
You got it. Thank you.
So my goal is to make sure I give you guys this information. Some people couldn't get on Zoom, so I want to make sure you're able to see it here.
To unmute Pobelly.
I do have the link on the chat. If you guys do want to get into that Zoom, I'm not trying to be exclusive here. I just want to help everybody out.
I'm good. So I actually stick for a Genesis Gold miner, and I was wondering, I've seen that because of the Ethereum problems and maybe a little less interest in the silver miners, that not all 2,000 of them are being staked for. So I was wondering how that might possibly affect the rewards of Genesis mining, just because I know that it's been stated multiple times that 1.8 billion DPR has already been allocated for Genesis staking. So does that mean if there are fewer Genesis miners, does that mean they end up having a longer, possibility of staking in the future, or how does that work? Also, like how many total Genesis miners are there going to be?
Okay.
Like long run.
Great questions. These are things we're continuing to monitor. I think a lot of the reasons, one of the major reasons right now, I think, it's all public out there. I think we have about 700-ish stakers right now out of the 2,000 top spots. So not bad considering the current upgrades and the people's, DPRs getting stuck. On top of that, we can continue to have events, which we will. With the giveaways, we have the referrals, and every day we're getting more and more stakers as well. People who are staked now, don't worry. I think we're not going to stretch this thing out forever. We're looking at basically ending the staking for this at some point, and we're not going to, wait until there's 3,000 stakers and then some of the current stakers, the early stakers now are going to get pushed out. I think once it nears 2,000, which I think will be very soon as we start pushing some of our marketing and events, that will fill out. The other question that you had was regarding how it will affect the rewards. It's not going to affect the current rewards. Our silver mining, whatever rewards we have published, so up to 80% APR, that is going to stay. Future phases, when those will happen, those will be monitored and discussed internally. And, it could happen before Genesis. I'm sorry, it could happen before mainnet still, but it's also not out of the question that we could push another phase after mainnet launch. So we will look at what's best for the community. So that, the rewards for that will come out, of course, when that is decided, when that phase will come out. So does that answer your question? Did you have another question in there too? Well, did he go? Okay. Oh, Pobelly's still there. Let me see. Let me unmute him.
Hi. Yeah. Sorry, hey. I said I couldn't unmute myself, so
yeah. Sorry.
I wasn't able to talk. Well, I was asking how many Genesis miners are there going to be total in the long run, because I have heard 100K in the Discord, and I was like, that's a lot of Genesis miners considering we're sitting right now at 1,700, right?
Yeah. Well, we do have some goals. I don't think I prefer not to say the actual number right now. I mean, that 100,000 was thrown out. I think Genesis node miners are important to the network, considering the amount of people that are going to be joining the network in the near future. If you look at the ratio, it's not a lot. 1 million nodes on our network, I don't think it's out of the question. We're looking, in the next 2 or 3 years, we're talking about millions of nodes on the network. And in order to accomplish that, we're going to need more Genesis node miners. So again, the reason we're looking at this in phases and monitoring it and deciding how we're doing, we want to make sure the everything is stable, in control, and secure, and making sure things are going for the betterment of the community and the project, the investors. We're taking all these into consideration. So yeah, we just want to make sure that everything's good. It would be silly for us to kind of like shoot in the dark and just be like 10,000 nodes like in this phase, and then not being able to basically fulfill them or anything like that. So we want to make sure everything's okay. So right now, we don't know how many Genesis node miners will be in the future, but we would prefer there's more. Yeah. So please invite your friends, family, loved ones. This is great passive income for everyone. So thank you for the question, Pobelli. Sorry you couldn't get a t-shirt. We'll try to have more opportunities for you. Okay. We have Cougar. Hey, Cougar. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hey, Eric. My name is also Eric.
Ah, nice.
Okay, so we have to be in the same ship. Anyway,
do you have a C or a K?
No, it's a C.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
Not a K.
Okay. I was actually named after Eric Clapton because my dad is a huge Eric Clapton fan. So my name is Eric because of Eric Clapton.
Yeah. Usually that's the best explanation. But anyway, I want to congratulate you on this project, and it's one of the things that because I was looking for VPN solutions out there. And we all know that outside a lot of these kind of like marketing things, we don't keep logs, we don't keep blah, 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 and all that stuff, right? And then next time you read the newspaper, right? Oh, the FBI went up and got hold of all these logs and arrested the guy. I mean, yeah, it's great they arrested the bad guy. But the thing is that they lied to us. So we are never in the know who is lying and who is not.
That's right.
So I hope that DPN, Deeper Network, will continue its no logs policy, right? And keep us, the users, safe in the long run.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the most important thing. As you know, if you remember, I asked you back on the Discord about China and all that stuff, right? But my main question is this. It's not about security, it's about the availability of the products itself, because a lot of people are not really interested in the staking and the passive income and all that. Most of them are more interested in the service itself. You know what I'm saying? So
I love that.
Yeah, because I have a lot of people, they ask me, right? When will the product be available? I mean, they went to Indiegogo and then they couldn't buy it, and when is it going to be available? And all
very soon,
stuff, right?
So I would say, I would say like before the end of the year for sure. We're looking at September, October. People will be able to purchase again, and we can't wait for people to purchase them again. So sorry to cut you off.
No. It's okay. I mean, because other than the people who are on the Discord itself, or they're in here, right? They are mostly for the staking and looking at the money value of it. But there are true users out there.
Yes.
Right? And I think you also should put some money on the marketing to push out, not only for the staking and not to exert the passive income. I think it can be used as a alternative listing for them to select a deeper network. And,
absolutely.
And because a lot of them are quite interested on the mobility and for their home, right? Because they do have friends like in Russia, in some African states, and things like that. So they want to be interconnected safely, privately, and be able to send back and forth. And it's not only family; it's also for businesses. You know,
right?
So they are also looking for solutions, because I do some IT works consultations for companies to do VPN networking from corporation to corporation, country to country, right? And they're always looking for certain things that doesn't kind of like make it transparent. So they just turn it on, they are there. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned two things there that are not on our roadmap. Number one, the MSP, okay, the management service providers. It's going to be a B&B solution. We're going to have, that's going to be a huge part of our business down the road, where MSPs are going to be able to use our devices for their clients in offices and in commercial centers and all that. And in return, I mean, they can work out the deals for themselves in terms of the mining rewards. You know, I think they could, they can get creative with that. They can earn the rewards and offer the services for free, but that's going to be a huge part of our business. And so right now we're catering to more of a B2C business model, but B2B is where the money is really going to start flowing in. And the second thing, well, actually the first thing you mentioned was what I'm about to say was the marketing. And absolutely right. And I think what we need is more of the mainstream kind of marketing, where we're educating people on our devices and in simple talk, you know, no blockchain kind of little videos, explainers, infographics. All these kind of things are really important. And I want to focus on that once mainnet launches, so that around the world, people really understand, wow, this is a solution I've been looking for. You know, looking at different kinds of communities, looking at gamers. They love our device because it allows them to in a very cheap way, in a very secure way, to play on different servers around the world, as well as communicate with other gamers. So we have solutions for everyone. As more and more people work from home, the cybersecurity aspect is becoming more and more important. With people holding cryptocurrency, you know, having hackers and stuff steal their crypto and getting hacked. That's just terrible stuff. And we have solutions for that as well. So that is something I want to focus on after mainnet launch, is to educate people and let them know this product better, you know, less blockchain talk and more just like layman talk, and so that people can understand. And for the ones of, I don't know, for those of you that have the device, how truly plug and play it really is, I think is quite amazing as well. And I will focus on those kind of things, so people aren't scared off. It's like, ooh, blockchain and, you know, mining and stuff. It sounds super complicated. So we want to try to go there. So thank you for those suggestions. And I think we're on the same page there, you and the company there. So that's great. That's great. And I appreciate you saying it's not all about the mining. The mining is important, but you're right. It isn't all about the mining, because the product itself has so much value to it. So I always say that, but to hear a community member say that just makes me really happy. All right. I'm going to, Jesse, I'm going to ask Jesse to unmute. Hey, Jesse.
Yeah, g'day, Eric. How are you going?
How are you? You from down under?
Good. Yeah, I am.
I can hear it. Cool.
So, yeah, I just wanted to take it back to Helium. You may not be able to answer this question at this point, and that's okay. So basically, Australia's kind of been left behind with the Helium community, which mainly comes down to manufacturers not supporting our frequency. To put that into perspective, like I'm in Melbourne, Australia, and in our state currently, we've only got 5 active nodes. And that mainly comes down to the fact that no one can actually get a Helium miner to Australia at the moment. So yeah, I was just wondering if you guys had plans to actually support the AU915 frequency on those Helium miners.
I don't have a direct answer, Were you the one that asked this question on Medium? Was that you?
No, it wasn't.
Wow. Okay. Wow. You're not the only one then. I had another community member.
Yeah, we've got tens of thousands of people trying to get miners into Australia, and we just can't get anything at the moment.
Well, I mean, it makes total sense for us to make sure that frequency is included. I would definitely bring that up to the CEO and the dev team, because it sounds like if we're able to be the sole Helium antenna that works in Australia, I mean, that would be amazing. So,
because I think currently, like Nebra have only just started to deliver theirs now. Most of the people are going to be waiting until next year, I think. So, if you guys can actually get something to us sooner, you'll make a killing.
Yes, that would be good. Mostly though, if we were to do that, it's not really to make a killing, to be honest. I think one of the nice things about working for this company is that there's very little, like, you don't feel this like greed, like, oh, we got to do this and do. But if we do it, it's really for the community if there's a need and trying to find a solution. So if it doesn't happen fast enough, I apologize, but that's something I'll definitely bring up.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. All right.
Guys, I am planning on having Eric on the channel later on this week, just so you know, working on that. So you should see that coming.
There you go. Hey, Haseeb.
Hi, Eric. Very nice to be the part of the community. The DPR is my first project to participate in crypto.
Wow.
So I'm very happy with to be the part of DPR network, and it is a very solid project.
Thank you.
It's actually been asked in the Telegram as well. We can find the information about the team. We know you very well from all over social media, but you know that all big great projects, solid projects have solid team behind them, and I couldn't able to find, and there are other people who were looking to find information about the team. So
sure. I would love to talk about that a little bit, Haseeb. I think that's a great question. Most projects, or not most, a lot of decentralized projects don't have team info, right? So because they're kind of anonymous. We're not anonymous. I think a lot of people can't find our teams. Are kind of, you have about 40 people on the team. I don't think projects typically put all of their employees on there. You usually put like the CEO, co-founders, the CMO, our CTO. Those people will usually make it onto the website. The reason we're not on the website is not because we're trying to hide we're doing anything shady. The reason we're not on the website is really out of respect to China, to be honest, because we do have a DPN product, and that kind of goes against a lot of the things that they're trying to do, which is to prevent, there's censorship there. So we have a solution for a lot of people to fight that censorship. However, if we were to put our faces, I mean, we've been contacted by certain people in the government as well. So by putting our faces on the website is really a little bit, I guess, disrespectful. And so just trying to be prudent. We don't put our information on there just for the safety of our team, as well as for the safety of the project. I mean, if you really wanted to find us, like, I'm available. I'm always in the community, right? We have other team members. Where a lot of the admins are the team members themselves. So Russell is our CEO, for instance, right? There's nothing to hide there, but he's always busy. He might not respond to any of your messages. But we're out around. I mean, if you search hard enough, you could actually you could see some information on the internet, but we just rather not put it on the internet
off of LinkedIn
on our website and be like, we got this device, like, what are you going to do about it? And, it's just kind of like out of respect. We just want kind of be peaceful and develop and offer solutions to the world. So I hope that answers your question, Haseeb. Oh, he's muted. Yes.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the question. Let me ask those. Okay. Oh, Action CEO. There you go. Hey, what is your name anyways? Victor, that's right. Awesome. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, adult content is not illegal, right? It's the the worst things like child pornography and stuff like that. So we have to. The first thing I like to mention is that our network is a public private network. It's not an anonymous. We're not, anonymous and trying to protect everyone's kind of uh, their the identity or anything like that. No, nobody has your identity. There is an IP. However, there are a lot of sub IPs. So the IPs that are showing are not necessarily yours. However, there are certain cases where somebody could possibly connect to your IP and be doing something bad. Okay, so one of the recent things that I've dealt with, for instance, it had nothing to do with like child pornography or anything like that, God, but it was like their account was used to download videos like Disney videos. And so this particular person's IP was detected, I guess, and their Disney Plus, which is kind of like Netflix, I guess, their account was like, it was like locked for like 24 hours, right? So during that 24 hours, this person, and they know how to use the log. If you look on your Atom OS, there's a log feature, and it's like pages and pages of logs, and you can actually download those. And he sent that to Disney to show that he's using a DPN or decentralized VPN and trying to explain what that was, and then show them that that wasn't actually him that was downloading those videos. And Disney was quite okay, and within 24 hours he was unlocked, and it was fine. So the moral of the story here, I think, is that the log itself is protection. The log is not public. It's on your device only. If you wish to share it with others, that's up to you. And I think, in this case, to protect yourself, those logs will definitely come in handy. If it's something more serious, I mean, they'll look at the logs even more seriously, and it would basically protect you from a lot of the malicious activity that people are doing. So the other thing I want to remind people is that because we're a public private network, there's nothing that we can really do to prevent people's IPs. Just like if you don't have our device, you're just connected to a modem. People can easily just take your IP and do whatever. Like, it's just out there, right? So with that said, it's almost like, and I've used this example in the past, and it's just like you're walking down the street, there's nothing to prevent anybody from walking up to you and just slapping you across the face. And it's just the reality of it. However, being a part of the deeper network allows you to protect yourself. There's a couple of layers of security that can protect yourself and protect your IP and identity. Is the log, which I just mentioned, and the other one is the thing we're building right now, reporting. So people on the network can report malicious people and nodes, and that will, they get penalized by losing credit score or possibly even being booted off the network. I don't know how the details on how that's going to work, but it's going to be, you guys will be able to play a role in those kind of things. So I think comparatively, having Deeper Connect is better than not having it in terms of protecting your IP. So I hope that answers that question, Action. I'm gonna unmute you again. I don't know if you had another one.
Sorry, no, yeah, and I was just gonna say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a way for you to block torrenting, for example, right on Atom OS, because that's the biggest thing here in the U.S. We don't want to get those cease and desist letters in the mail and have to deal with it. So
That's
that
what
is
happened.
an option,
Yeah.
right?
Right. It is an option. And with the new upgrades, the Atom OS upgrades, right now it says BT, which might be confused with Bluetooth. The new ones, the upgrades will say BitTorrenting. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll see you later on.
All right.
All right. Take care. Whoop. Let me lower that. Jordan. All right. One of our community leaders, Jordan. He made a great video recently. How are you doing?
Good, yourself?
Good, good. You had a question?
Yeah, one question, and also to further clarify on that, the people worried about the illegal activity is one of the main reasons I raised my hand.
Okay.
Because this is an easier way to get it out to multiple of them so they can, you know, spread it along. If something absolutely horrible happens through your connection, law enforcement, they have great technology. They're not stupid. They can tell the difference from a packet that came from your network versus packets that were rerouted through your network. You know, so they like, have you ever seen anyone get arrested for hosting a VPN? Like, I've never seen that, you know, because these guys know. They know it's not us doing the illegal activity, that it's someone rerouting through you. So like on top of the logs, we're pretty safe. Like
Packets.
people need to not
Yeah,
worry. You know,
I understand why people ask that question.
for sure.
Yeah, and we're not worried about it, and we would love to answer all those questions. But I you know, it's good to answer them. Let people feel, you know, rest assured that they can use the device without, you know, being like set up or framed. You know, so everything. Yeah, there's really no worries. It might be a little bit of a hassle if it does happen once in a while, but you're gonna be, you know, not gonna be charged or anything like that. Yeah.
Like this happens to people, and 9 out of 10 times they don't even come to you guys to ask for the log. They just they can track it through their end, and you won't be hassled. Like, and in the odd chance you do get hassled, like Eric said, you have the logs. Like, you guys are safe. You know, I wouldn't be too worried about that. The main reason that I rose my hand, I just want to get some clarification, I guess, for everyone, so that whenever we get asked that question, is it offering 10 megabits per second every 2 days, or someone consuming 10 megabytes? Because it keeps, you know, half of us say it one way and half of us say it the other way, and I just want to make sure we're all saying it the right way, you know?
Okay, it's upstream, so upload however much people are connecting to you, and you're uploading your bandwidth to the network.
Okay,
so,
the 10 megabytes used. Okay.
Yep.
Good.
You can see that. You can see that on your Atom OS how much you've shared. So
through the server traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's
cool.
Good then.
Thanks, Jordan. And appreciate your video. That was really helpful. If you haven't seen Jordan's channel, he just started his channel just for the community. And his most recent video was how to purchase DPR and how to stake. And he does it in this like tutorial way. It was excellent. So go, I think, what is your channel? Like
Cynthianomics. So my name.
Cynthianomics.
It's
hard to say.
Yeah, no worries. But I just wanted to get that people.
His video is really clear, really nice walkthrough on how to buy DPR. It's like really good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sentinel
Join our
is
Discord.
good, but it's limited.
Jordan is very helpful in our Discord community. Thank you for volunteering your time.
No problem.
Okay. Well, we have one last question, and this one comes from IP. Let's see. IP has to unmute. You still there, IP?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. It must be my VPN calling me IP or something.
Oh, so that's weird. What is your name?
My name's Bill.
Hey, Bill. You got a question?
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Where are you located? Well, you don't have to tell me exactly, but just like the country.
Washington.
Cool.
United States.
Washington State, nice.
Yeah. So I have a question on. I have like before I had the DPR, I have the Nano, but I've also have like a existing VPN. So I have like half my house running off of VPN because I'm on like cellular where I'm at, because that's sort of the only internet I get. And then I have to run one ether line through my DPR through my other router to get that.
Okay.
So
I think I know what you mean. Yep.
So how do I'm not fully sure how safe that is if I just undo like my VPN with the deeper, just because this is still all fairly new to me on the deeper technology.
Okay. Have you connected to the DPN the actual DPN on your Nano before, where it's kind of worked and trying to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish with your setup?
Well, I have it run into one of my computers because most of my stuff's still connected straight. I go through T-Mobile home internet because you can't get the DPN to that prior, but some of my like devices run better on directly through that.
I see. Well, I mean, it's gonna work because it sounds like you have a modem and everything. So all you got to do is plug it in between the modem and the router, and it'll protect your whole entire network. It's
So how's that work with like antivirus and all that type of stuff? Is it just protect it from people coming in, or how's that?
Yeah, it's got a 7-layer firewall. So anytime there's like malware or trackers, viruses, it'll actually list it out and it'll tell you what was blocked. So it's really hard. I mean, when you just have a modem and there's no firewall, it just comes right through, and it could totally hack into different devices. So,
well, all my devices have like I use Bitdefender, so they're all on my device. So it goes through the modem, then it's got to go through I'm assuming Bitdefender before it gets.
I mean, those things are like those software solutions, I think, aren't as good as the hardware. I mean, our hardware device itself, the 7-layer firewall, it doesn't really require. It detects like the core of those malicious software and those kind of things, and so it doesn't require like updates on like what website it's from and all that. That could be an additional layer that protects you, but our system itself has been compared to the Cisco security devices, which cost about $800. And so you have that in your Deeper Connect. I think that is your best option right now. You know what? I'm going to unmute Contract, because Contract is super technical. I'm not the most technical.
Contract
but maybe
is the man,
Contract
guys.
could kind of help
He's
answer
in Japan,
this one as well.
like,
He's a really helpful community member. Would that be okay, Bill?
Yeah, as long as I just wanted to, if I could just turn off Bitdefender and be good, that's sort of what I'm asking, and not have to worry about anything.
Right.
Hello, Eric. I think
Hey.
Kevin would be the best person to talk about this. Yep.
Contract is more IT. Gotcha.
I talked to Kevin quite a bit, so I can hit him up at some other time. I'm not sure if he's
okay. My answer for that, Bill, is yes. You can absolutely, I'm trying to find Kevin. You can absolutely, stop using your VPN really, and just use our deeper DPN and also the cybersecurity. Save yourself some money, and you can actually get much better protection. In terms of speed. Oh, there's Kevin. Whoop.
He's having a little bit of trouble because there's a lot of people on this call. Like,
in terms of speed,
but
there's smart routing and full routing. There's ways to get your tunnel all on one tunnel, all your bandwidth, so that you get the fastest speeds. And there's been reports of people, because of the ad block feature, takes up less bandwidth now because it's blocking all the ads. It opens up your bandwidth where people are actually getting faster speeds than they were before without the DPN, which is really nice to hear.
Hey,
Kevin, hey.
Yeah. I'm here. Sorry, I was putting my Bluetooth headphones on.
Oh, we have a community member that's asking, like, he's got VPN and he's got internet at home, and he's got like a antivirus on his computer, and he's wondering if he can get rid of that stuff and just use ours and be safe.
Oh, that's a great question. In short, because I can go into it in more detail if you guys join the Telegram group, but in short, the antivirus stuff on your computer or your cell phone or whatever, that's called endpoint protection, meaning it's for like the last device, right? Like your phone or your laptop. It's always recommended to have an antivirus on your device as well. Essentially, the more protection you have, the better, right? And what's nice though is the Deeper Connect does have amazing features for blocking proactively, blocking malware, spyware, tracking, etc. So, like, even on my network, I'm a cybersecurity professional, by the way. Like, that's my job, is cybersecurity, and my home network is locked down pretty tight with various different solutions that I have in place. And the Deeper Connect still identifies things that my devices on the network are not picking up natively before they reach the end device, which is really cool. And it's because of the AI, artificial intelligence, that's built into the firewall with Deeper Connect. And just like Eric mentioned, in the cybersecurity world, those devices cost hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars just for the equipment, let alone the maintenance. And it's amazing that we have the AI built into the firewall through something called deep packet inspection. But that's a very long conversation. I've got more details on that I can provide. But in short, it is recommended to always have an antivirus on your computer and on your cell phone, as well as protecting the network. But the Deeper Connect does an amazing job at blocking things before they even come into your network, which is the most ideal solution.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. I hope that helped, Bill. Hearing
yeah,
it
so I'm
from...
good just to leave it running, and Deeper's hopefully heading most of it off, and that's just a extra safety precaution.
Yep. And if you're curious as to what is blocking, just go to your browser and type in 34.34.34.34, and you can access the Atom OS dashboard. And within that dashboard, there's a couple of tabs that will allow you to see all the stuff that's being filtered and blocked and protected, basically.
Is there anything different between the 11223344?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I guess whichever one you like. Yeah.
Okay, I've been in there. I've looking around, so
yeah,
appreciate it. Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Bill. Okay. Cougar's got another question. Cougar, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask Informal Crypto, because you asked your question already, and then CJ, and I'll come back to you. Okay, Cougar. Apologize.
Dan,
and I see
Ryan
let's hear from
Naylor. Dan.
Hey,
That's
Ryan.
Informal Crypto, guys.
Are you? I'm just curious because the beard throws me off. Are you a YouTuber for Altcoin Buzz? Oh, you're not? Okay. Okay. Because we had somebody with that beard. He did a amazing video for us, and I thought you were that guy. So cool. Sorry about that. Informal Crypto asked to unmute. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Eric. How are you?
Good. How can I help you?
Awesome. It's just a quick question. I'm curious if we know how long phase 2 is going to run for, how long it'll stay open.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the AMA earlier. We are going to continue to monitor that. Right now, one of the main issues is the Ethereum London upgrade that's affecting a lot of people who are unable to get their money their DPR out of like MXC, for instance. So once that stuff is sorted, and we're also having a promotion, giveaway promotion, as well as a referral bonus promotion, so you guys can participate that. There's no cost in doing these things to earn more DPR and giveaways. It's going to go hand in hand, and we will decide hopefully soon when the staking for phase 2 will end. We're not going to stretch it out forever, of course, but at the same time, we would like to see the top 2,000 filled out. So we'll see what happens. We'll continue to monitor that and update the community on that.
Thanks, Eric. My apologies.
Cool.
I did join a little late.
No worries, no worries. Everyone's busy. Thanks for coming. All right. And then we got CJ. Hey, CJ.
Hi. I came in late, so I apologize if my question was already answered. I got 2 questions. My first one is there a date for the gold miners to get shipped out, or is that still being delayed?
There's your question, MJ.
There's no delay. It's actually, everything's on schedule. We're looking to send everything out by mainnet. So I did mention, if there are case-by-case scenarios where a person gets a wrong address or whatever, and they don't get their gold Genesis miner by mainnet launch, there's going to be no penalties for that. Their rewards would just get pushed back a little bit. So if they connect, like say a week later after mainnet, their rewards, as soon as they connect, they will start earning rewards. The rewards are daily. They will go into your deeper device wallet. That will just get pushed back a week later. So there's nothing to worry about there. In terms of solutions, in terms of the organic credit growth, we're still looking into that. But I think with the basic mining and the ability for people to earn credit score, I think there's going to be better options as well there. So we're looking for everything to be shipped and at your door in your house by mainnet launch. So no delay. It's just that we're doing a lot. So IGG is getting sent out, and the gold is next.
Okay, thank you. My second question is, I had 2 issues with my current Nano. The first one got resolved. It was the IP address was saying that it was in Hong Kong, but I chose United States, so it kept popping me on to Hong Kong websites like Google and stuff. So so that was resolved. My second issue that I'm having now with my DPN is that for some reason it doesn't allow me to play CW television shows on my smart TV. I have the Nano on the DPN disabled, and it still doesn't allow it to play through. I literally have to unplug the DPN from my internet service, and then it'll play right away. As soon as I plug it in and it's disabled, it prevents the CW from playing the television show videos on the TV. So I'm just wondering if some of these issues are going to get resolved.
Oh, of course. I think it sounds like the first issue you had was more of a software thing. Might have been a bug. The second, a lot of times these will push updates to your device, and usually that will fix a lot of the issues. I don't know what CW is. Is that a show, or is that the type of file?
It's a network. It's a television network, the CW.
Okay. Okay.
So I have an Apple a device connected to my TV for Apple TV, and so you can download television show apps. And
I'm gonna let
the TV networks.
I see one of our community mods raising their hand. I think he probably has an answer for this. I'm gonna unmute him real quick. Jordan.
Oh, hey, I wasn't sure who you were.
Hey.
This CW stuff, no, I didn't raise my hand for that, but I may have an answer. So they're just another TV network. I'm wondering if sometimes these networks, just like Netflix and all them, in Smart Route, now I know you had your thing disabled, so just bear with me. In Smart Route, they don't seem to work yet. Now I know we mentioned this and it has already been passed on. It's being looked at because it looks like these streaming services, they actually reroute a few times to ensure people aren't on DPNs. So when Smart Routes only try to reroute the main domain of a website, these websites are checking through various domains to see what country you're in, and then they get logged up. Now, I think there seems to be a bug for some people, depending on what firmware you're on, where even when you disable it, it still tries to send some of your traffic through tunnels. Check what firmware you're on. We might be able to get them to push you an update, because I know you recently received your device, so you may be on an old firmware. And then
on 1.1.0.c6.
C6, yeah, that's the most popular one right now, but they do have some more experimental ones that are higher up that may resolve that issue. If you want to send me a message, and then I'll push you along to Steph or someone who can get a hold or get you the support email, even, and they can push an update to you.
For people who have tech questions, more technical, you guys can also email, and we have several staff on the tech side who answers these pretty quickly. It's Corey's great, yeah. tech.support@deeper.network. So tech.support@deeper.network. You guys can email that, and you guys will get a quick response as well. Unfortunately, I'm not great at troubleshooting, as you can see. But unless it's a little bit simpler. So thanks for that, Jordan. And
no worries.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right. Take care. All right. I'm going to take 3 more questions. Cougar, I apologize. Please look for us in the community to ask a question, because there's other people who didn't ask questions yet, and I want to make sure. So my questions I'm gonna choose Stefano, Lawrence, and Mohammed. Okay, these are my last 3 questions, because it's getting late over here, and I've been up pretty early, pretty tired. So Stefano first. So I apologize about that, Cougar. You can also message me on Telegram if you like. My handle is @EricMa888. And I'll try to get
this is crazy. Like, he gives
his
own direct line of communication out to
Stefano
everybody.
first.
That's so awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Stefano.
Yeah. Hi, Eric. No, it's just about this credit score, organic credit score. You mentioned that it is important that in the 2 days there is somebody who is uploading, for example, the 10 megabyte. But my question is, what if I live in one location and nobody connects to my device?
That's a great.
Will I still be able to earn the credit, or?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. If you live in a country where it's just not as popular, I think one of the most popular countries to connect to is the US, right? Because there's entertainment wise, there's a lot of less geo-centered stuff there, so people like to collect there. If you live in a country where just less people like to connect, I think people will still connect, but if nobody connects to you, worst case scenario, it's going to be very hard for you to generate organic credit score, unfortunately. But I think you'd be surprised, people will still connect, because a lot of times it kind of relays as well. So people will still kind of use your node. So you might think nobody will connect to you, but if you actually share your bandwidth, you will see who's connected to you. If you look on your Atom OS, there's green lines and then there's blue lines. The blue lines mean that people are connected to your node, and you could also see how much data is being uploaded, that has been uploaded on your Atom OS as well. So there you can see the amount of data in terms of megabytes that has been uploaded. So to answer your question, if you live in an area and nobody's connecting to you, even 10 megs might be a little bit hard for you to earn organic credit score. But with that said, if you are still interested in mining, Stefano, we will be releasing the basic mining rewards and rules, hopefully very soon, hopefully this week. I want to get that out as soon as possible. I just want to get that approved. And there will be other options for you to kind of earn DPR, basically. So
thank you, Eric. Very clear.
Yeah, and Stefano, if you really want great passive income and big mining rewards, it's not going to be through the basic mining. It's going to be through the Genesis node mining, just to give you a heads up. So
I'm just waiting for the gold to come. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefano. Have a good day.
Good day, thanks, sir.
All right. Okay, so second to last question, Lawrence.
Hey there, Eric.
Hey,
how are you?
Hey, good. How are you, Lawrence? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Portland, Oregon area.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got some teammates there. Yeah, good. You too.
Well, everybody knows I'm super bullish and excited about DPR for sure. I had a couple of sort of high-level questions that have been on my mind. So one is everybody knows what's going on probably in the US with the infrastructure bill. It's a big moment for crypto, right? They're tagging this thing in there with language, unfortunately, about, only proof of work miners being exempt from being perceived as traders, which, is interesting. I mean, I know this thing would take 3 years to get through and it still has to go through the House. But I was just kind of reflecting on that and about the US network and, I kind of wanted to understand what your POV on that whole thing is. I mean, I know that there's probably a lot of ways things could be positioned, right? Maybe it's not proof of stake, maybe it's just investment. I don't know, but I wonder if your team has been reflecting on that at all, because US is super important,
Absolutely. A lot of people might not know, but we have a chief compliance officer on our team, and we have lawyers. They're from the United States, and they make sure, because we are registered in the United States as well. So all these regulations and stuff, I don't keep up as tightly with. I do read the news and stuff, but they will certainly keep an eye on those kind of things in terms of securities and making sure that everything's okay on our end. In terms of like what you just mentioned, proof of work, our algorithm is proof of credit. And even in China with the regulations, we are kind of on the lower tier in terms of being detected. I mean, proof of work and proof of stake and all these other algorithms, they usually will come into play more in terms of like being the focus of regulations. Proof of credit and our network sharing, it's not as related. So I would say a little bit less kind of regulatory concerns regarding our tech. So I guess my question is, my answer for that is that we are always keeping an eye on that. Our chief compliance officer is, and but also that there's a little bit less worry on our part. We do usually have more time and more room. Just like in China, the regulations recently that came out, the first one that came out was directly focused on Bitcoin mining and the proof of work, and the second regulations they came out with regarding the other framework didn't really affect us. But again, we are still being prudent. We don't call it mining over there, and doing these kind of things to just try to avoid trouble. But we've been really lucky and doing pretty well in terms of avoiding those kind of issues. I hope that helps.
Yeah, no, totally. Knowing you have a chief compliance officer, and honestly, the model of being a consumer product really kind of changes the game for sure.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, as far as perception. And somebody asked it passed in the Senate. It still has to go through the House, and there's a lot of spots. There's a lot of supporters of crypto. And I think the positive spin on this is the validation and legitimacy of the space, which, part of this is growing pains, right? So, but it's good to know. And I kind of thought about the business angle for sure, that you guys are All right. And I get my second question was really around, and I was really happy to hear that, obviously you're a CMO. I'm a chief creative guy. I'm an executive myself. So I work with CMOs all the time. And I was really happy to hear about like B2B strategy, B2C strategy, and how are you going to reach the consumer? So my question is, in marketing, a lot of us know that it's an 80-20 rule. There's 80%, there has to be a big budget put towards marketing. And, I was reflecting on the idea that it's a decentralized part of the business is decentralized, and it's all about sort of getting away from the centralized, say, advertising spaces of Facebook marketing and all those things. But then you have the flip side of the B2C angle. So I was just kind of curious about, like, is there sort of a mix? I know that you guys were trying to use or plan to use influencers, which makes great sense to me in the space. Are there other channels that you guys are thinking about marketing in?
Absolutely. So far, the most success we've had are through people like you, Lawrence, in the community. And we've received so much passion and love for the project that people are volunteering so much of their time and energy into promoting this. And I think just from a marketing point of view, there's no better marketing than marketing that comes straight from the people that use the devices, because that's the most believable. Anything that comes out of my mouth, even though I try to be as honest and transparent as possible, people might just see, well, he's the CMO, of course he's going to say that, right? So there's some truth to that. But at the same time, what you guys say, is what really counts. These are true testimonials. So that's what I wanted to say first. The second is that we do have KOLs on our project. Some KOLs are more effective than others. It's been frustrating to deal with some of them because some of them are just, they say one thing, but they do another. There's not much support there. And then other ones are truly being supportive because they're invested in the project as well. And those KOLs are awesome because they're part of the community. For instance, I like to talk about Alex at Tactical Investing. He was not part of our pre-sale. He was not part of our public sale. He came upon our project just because he saw the solutions and the things that the difference it can make. And he just became an investor himself. And his channel is great because I do believe that he promotes things that he believes. And so he's been super helpful. And we're super lucky to have a KOL like that on our team. Moving forward in terms of marketing, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. In terms of educating and just basically marketing our brand and our devices more mainstream, taking the blockchain aspect out so that people, the general public, aren't totally like overwhelmed by hearing, super technological phrases and all that. And just basically looking at it again, we're kind of zooming out and looking at the solution. What can we offer? And just simplifying our message a little bit more. No more talking about staking and this and that. After mainnet, we want to focus on continuing to expand our network, because that's where that's what we're trying to do. It's not about the staking and all these. The staking is important, and I think it's super incentivizes the network and the people that are involved, and I'm very happy about that. But the overall goal is to expand the network. Try to get to 1 million nodes as soon as possible. That is what it's about. And with the device sold, each device that is sold will achieve that. And what you mentioned earlier with the MSPs and B2B solutions, these are going to be the ways to help us achieve that. And so I think the focus for marketing after mainnet is going to be more mainstream and selling more devices. Our website for the product is gonna come online pretty soon. So yeah, definitely there's going to be a shift. We're going to, it's not always throwing money. A lot of times we're going to be focusing on more content on the media, putting it on it's all part of it. So we will definitely, you'll see a lot more of these kind of things moving forward, so that so that people can understand what we're trying to do, and what you guys do. What you guys do in the people that are invested, you guys do so much in terms of helping people understand what it is that we're trying to achieve. Because at the end of the day, this network is not a Deeper Networks network. It's a network for you guys. It's the people's network. And at the end of the day, when the network is so strong, it's decentralized. There's nothing that can be done to take it away from you guys, you know. And for one node to go down for whatever reason because somebody hacked it, it's not going to affect the network, and you just buy another device and you're back online. So it will allow for you guys to do so much into the future, regarding protecting your privacy, fighting censorship, and also the accessibility for you guys to share. The sharing stuff is all part of our roadmap to share privately between peer-to-peer by sharing your IPs directly with your friends across the world, privately, for free, or very minimal DPR or something like that. I don't know what the exact model will be, but that is priceless. And to do it kind of on a decentralized cloud, which will possibly be a solution in the future, the privacy and the protection there in your files is going to be huge as well. So I kind of went off the subject a little bit, but I hope that does talk a little bit and answer your question. So I'm going to unmute Lawrence just so he can say.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, the two messages being to the consumer, it's just deeper security. It's better security than they're going to get anywhere else. And if that message comes across, like you said, clean, and then you have the B2B, which is like, it's better than VPN. And then those guys know what a VPN is, so it's like you got those two great messages.
Right.
Yeah, that totally answered my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Yep.
All right. I know I said that was the last question, but Cougar raised his hand again. He is absolutely the last. I'm going to let him ask, and then we'll end this AMA. Hey, Cougar.
It's going to be short. Okay, I'm just going to milk the what I'm getting out of this. Can you consider, for the gold miners that was in phase 1 to be able to, at a discount rate, to buy the normal minis and nanos?
Well, I think number one, I think that's nice. That's a nice thought. I think for getting into the Genesis gold mining is pretty epic already. To give you guys, to give the top 1,000 stakers for the phase 1 any more benefits, I think it'll probably just piss off the rest of the community, to be honest. I think we'll have plenty of opportunities to get minis and nanos down the line. We're having giveaways. Hopefully this week we'll kick it off and into next week, where you can win yourself a mini and a nano. And it's joining our Discord, and then inviting others, and then staking. Inviting others to stake is going to give you more and more tickets to give you better opportunity to win. That's basically how the giveaway is going to work. The details for that will come out. But yeah, I mean, I think that was a fun question, Cougar. There will be opportunities down the road. You guys, for the Genesis No Miner, it sounds like you're a Genesis No Miner for the gold plated. Congratulations. The rewards that you guys are getting are going to be unheard of for future phases. So, enjoy that. And I think buying anything down the road for you, it's going to be easy because you're going to have huge rewards. So, and the gold plated device itself is a collector's thing. So I don't know why you would need more devices if you have that already. But if you want to give it as a gift and stuff, if you want to purchase it, in bulk or something, you want to become a distributor.
I want to give it to you guys.
We can talk about. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Hey,
All
guys, right. I tried.
Okay, that's a good way to end this AMA. I had fun.
Let me see if I can sneak in here.
I hope we can do this more. And we still have close to 100 people. This is amazing. and to talk to all of you guys from all over the world. So cool.
Eric, I'm definitely sneaking in here. I don't know if you knew, but you left me allow unmuting, so I'm back in. Here's a question that we want to know. If you really believe in this thing, do you run a node?
No, I don't. I don't. There's a lot of things I can't do as a team member, to be honest. I'm just focusing on the project. So I do not run a node. There's regarding validator nodes, I'm going to mute you now just so you can ask more questions. Regarding validator nodes, that will come a little bit later as we reach more and more nodes, reach more milestones. But the rules and how those things will work regarding the validator nodes, again, and I hate to always say this, we will make an announcement and those things will come out as the time is right. And it will be fair, it will be incentivized, it will be done in a way where it will benefit the community, the investors, the network, all that. So these are always things that it's always hard to make these kind of big decisions and to satisfy everybody, but you just have to slide these bars, to make sure that the balance is, just right, and find that happy balance for the project. So these are things that we'll continue to look at, and your guys' feedback and stuff, super helpful. This is a community project, so continue to do that, and everyone gives a lot of great feedback. So all right, well, thank you so much for joining. It's so cool. Some people have their camera on. Ryan's clapping. Thank you for that. I don't know where you're at, but it looks like an office. That place looks cool. I'm gonna ask you to unmute just so you can say something. Oh, he doesn't have a mic. Okay, no worries. But that's a cool office. I see Leon working as he's listening. Murat asked a question earlier. Yeah, it's cool to see these videos. So anyways, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next time. And I will try to post this video so that for people who missed it, they could watch it. Thank you. Have a great day or night.
All right, so I do want to cover a couple of the questions that came up here because I do have some answers for you, and I don't want to let it go without covering them. So if you're wondering about what does it look like on your own machine, I want to put this picture up because this is a screenshot of Atom OS. So if you want to block, let's say, pornography from your kids being able to watch malicious sites and things like that, this is what it looks like. It's really straightforward, right? I mean, all you got to do is click the block this, block this, block this, block this, and you're good to go. If you can see on this section alone, 19% of the traffic was garbage. So think about your internet usage. 19% is going down the drain. Like it's a no-brainer to have a device like this because it does protect your network. It's going to end up saving you bandwidth at the end of the day. I mean, yes, you'll be sharing, but the amount you'll be sharing is probably just the amount that you're saving anyway. Another question here that came up. Let me see. I want to make sure I do cover these. When are they going to be shipped? Pedro, here, they are looking to ship them out soon. They just got out the IgG orders, so those are out right now. They're going to distribution centers, so they're going, in batches to the US, and they're going to get shipped out from whatever location. That's what's going to take place. Now, there was another question I wanted to cover. Has. So you bought 2 Nano Mini, and you have been running one of them for weeks. The hardware owners need to be rewarded. You are going to be rewarded. Please understand that this is coming. You are getting rewards. Nobody's getting rewards right now. Until mainnet launches, there's no mining. That just doesn't exist. It's not implemented as of yet. But when mainnet is up at the end of August, you are going to start earning credit. Now, Eric did allude to having different ways of earning credit a little bit faster, and I've kind of mentioned this before. I do believe that they're going to try to incentivize the people who, bought in early that do have these devices to be able to mine sooner rather than later. The original estimate was 4 to 6 months for you to be able to earn enough credit to start to mine. However, he's, alluding to maybe there might be a little bit of staking that might take place for you to increase your credit score for these devices. I'm not 100% sure where it stands as of right now. But again, I told you all that I will have Eric on the channel here later on this week, and the goal is to have things up by Friday. Now, let me see if you guys have any other questions. What's the difference between gold and silver, other than the plating? Nothing. They're the same device. Internally, they are the exact same device. So gold and silver, same thing. It just looks a little different. When will you know if you're getting the miners? So for phase one of staking, that's up. Like everybody that staked for first phase already know if they're getting it. Phase two is open and it's still open. And it's going to be open for a little bit longer. I'm actually going to log into my account here, and I want to give you the numbers as far as where we stand with the phase two, as far as how many people are staked and what that looks like, because at the end of the day, it can vary tremendously from day to day, and because it's been open for a little while, I do know that this is going to make a difference. And something I didn't do is actually share referral code. So Cam, so I think he actually misunderstood the node question. So when I was saying a node, he was thinking about a validator node. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just wondering if he has a mini or a nano at his place that he's utilizing. Pretty sure the answer is yes to that, but again, I'll drill him when he gets to the channel. I'm pulling up the information about staking right now so I can take a look at the different phases. Oh, I gotta unlock my MetaMask wallet. What should you do with 318? I would have said that you should have sold that 318 when the price of DPR was at about 16 cents. Now, I would say it's a little bit late to do that. So instead, hold on to it. Just let it sit, man. Like, price of DPR is probably going to drop a little bit further. But for that 300 DPR, gas fees are insane right now. So it's not even worthwhile doing anything with it. I would say just sit on it until you get a little bit better price for it, because DPR, it's I mean, in my opinion, and again, I always have to say that I'm not a financial advisor stuff, but I'm not. This is what I believe in, that DPR price is actually going to drop a little bit more, and people hate it when I say this. But I don't mean it as a bad thing. It's just that the demand is dropping, right? So less demand, price goes down. It's just basic math. It's not that I don't like the token, it's that I don't believe in deeper. I just think that it's going to drop a little bit further before it picks right back up. I do think it's going to pick up. It's just a temporary dip. Hey, Drew, it's my pleasure. I want to make sure that I'm trying to give you guys as best information as I possibly can. And if I can get this staking here, I want to actually show you what we are looking at. Here we go. I'm just going to go directly to the link that I know exists. Boom. Here we go. All right, now I can share my screen. So this is where we're sitting right now. So if you're wondering if you can still stake, yeah, you can stake right now and be rewarded. And I should probably drop this in here. So let me do this. http://stake dpr.action.ceo. Now, if you guys haven't staked yet, and I'll be completely honest, if you use that link that I just put on the chat, that's a link to stake. I'll get like 300 DPR if you use my code. And hopefully that can go to offsetting the fact that I'm giving away a nano here as soon as my box from Indiegogo arrives. So I'm keeping my mini and giving out the nano. That's my plan. Now, I am taking a look at this phase two. So the question was, can you still get it? Can you still stake? Yeah, you can still stake. We're right now at 658. The number was 2,000. So no problem. Go stake. Happy day. You can go in there and take care of that. And if I close this window, you're going to see that Bitcoin's tanking. So any news is good news. And that's what happened yesterday, where it went up and it kept going up. But right now, people are like, yeah, we don't like the laws. We don't like what's going on. So we're getting that drop in Bitcoin. But going back to DPR, what do we got? Why can't you buy a device? You can buy a device. Not yet. Here's what's happening. They have, their focus right now is to get the minis out, which they just did. Minis and nanos from Indiegogo. Now the staking, they're going to be shipping those out shortly. The idea is that they want to be able to ship those out before mainnet launches so that people can have them up and running so they can start mining from day one. But they are planning on selling minis here in August. So as soon as that's out, I will be sure to let everyone know. Can you block? All right, let me see this. Cam, can you block adult content for yourself, but can you block others on your node? Torrenting? Yep. Great question, Cam. So let me see if I still have that picture up here, just so I can. No, I closed it. So I gotta pull it back up. Da-da-da-da. So right now, you are correct when you're saying that this is just activity that you're blocking locally. However, I am going to track down and figure out that question. Hopefully, I will get that answer before I even talk to Eric later on this week, because I do want to get you those responses. Now, yes, I get the concern, and I know that, internally, like I'm more concerned about blocking that kind of activity on my network, so that anybody nearby is, blocked from doing any kind of thing when it comes to that. But I will find out if I can block that overall. Can I have PO box for shipping for silver? Yes, you can set up a PO box inside of your shipping address for your silver node miners. Absolutely. If you, again, they want to make sure that people are, trying to help the network, and they want to get as many of these out as possible. If you want to get a silver and a gold, let's say you already got a gold, you want to get a silver, get yourself another wallet, put your DPR in a different wallet, put that information in there. Using a PO box is the best way to go about it, in my opinion. Not gonna lie, I have more often than not tried to just simply use my house address, and then I'll add unit 1, then unit 2. It's gonna get to your house. I mean, it's a little tricky way of going about things, but it does get you the results that you need. All right, I want to make sure that I'm answering some of these questions. If there's any more questions, please let me know. I want to make sure that you guys have all the answers that you need. Let me see. Looking to buy. What do you do? So Jay Myers, they're going to launch a way for you to purchase the devices in August, like I was saying. However, right now staking is the only thing that is available. And I'll talk openly about this. If you guys think about the marketing aspect of it, Deeper wants to make sure that they are maximizing whatever is going on at a time, right? So, I mean, that's Eric Ma's job. He wants to make sure that the word is getting out there, and whatever product is being provided is being sold. So if you think about this, it's in their best interest to be able to, let's say, offer one device at a time to maximize the number of those devices that are sold. So right now, you can't purchase a device, which means that if you want to get a device, you have to stake. They're again, through the rumor mill and people that work at Deeper, they have let us know that they are looking to have sales for the device units here in August. So we kind of know that it's not something that's officially announced, but we know that that's what the plan is. So keep that in mind. But they're not going to openly say, yes, you should not stake, you should just buy the unit. No, you always want to maximize whatever it is that you're doing. And again, my goal is to be open and honest about these things, because at the end of the day, it benefits all of us. Like, I don't care if you're gonna get a what do you call it, a staking Genesis node, and you're using my code so I can earn 300 DPR and I can take my wife out for dinner. Like, don't care one bit. That's not what I'm here for. I'm gonna have to take her out for dinner either way. The goal is to be able to provide you information that's going to help you make the best possible decision for your situation, because that, at the end of the day, what's most important. You do have options, right? And some people don't want to stake. They don't want to lock up that revenue. And right now, with the increased price of DPR from when I first talked about it at 5 cents, it gets to be a little chunk of change. So if you can buy a device, sure, for a lot of people, that's all you want to do. That's absolutely fine. And I think that you should stick to your gut. If that's how you want to move forward, that's fine. If you're looking at, earning passive income through, DPR staking or through the mining capabilities of it, then sure, it would make more sense for you to stake. But at the end of the day, I want to give you guys information that's going to allow you to make the best possible decisions for your specific situation. Staking will cost 3,000. You don't have that. Yeah, I get it. I didn't have 3,000 to stake either. The only way I was able to stake is that I got in early. I bought a lot of DPR. I was able to stake and sell some of it to make some money at that 16 cent mark. That's where I stand with it. And guys, don't bash me if there's deeper people here. Like, at the end of the day, I'm buying more DPR and I'm mining. I do believe in the project. It was just, I know the price fluctuation, right? It's not a bad thing for you to follow the market and understand what's going to happen. And like I was saying, staking could end any minute. My expectation is that they will probably give people a heads up, like final 12 hours, final 24 hours. hopefully that's how they roll because that's important. But at the end of the day, I believe in the project and I'm not getting rid of it. Can you still qualify? Got the promo giveaway. Yeah, you can qualify for the promo giveaway. Absolutely, you qualify. And you heard what Eric Mott said a little earlier. They are doing giveaways of nanos and minis up, coming up here. I'm giving away my personal unit, the nano. So I bought a mini and a nano. I'm getting a staking unit. I don't need 3, so that nano is gonna be given away here on the channel to one of you guys. The goal is to be able to provide you with value because you are taking of your time to watch some random dude on the internet talk about a DPN device. Like, if you guys stop for a second and think about this, it's a little weird, right? Like, you're on YouTube right now watching some guy maybe thousands of miles away talking about a device that is supposed to change the world and the way that we browse the internet. If you think about this, it's crazy. This is like the next generation type of thing that you're going to be telling your grandkids about. Back in my day, I heard, this Action Crypto guy talk about DPR and I thought it was cool, so I bought it and now I'm rich. Like, it's weird to have that kind of perspective and just say, hey, we're in the forefront of something really cool. And a lot of people don't get it. Most people don't even know it exists yet. It's like, soon enough, it's going to become what the Helium network is, right? Where everybody's like, oh, I got to get a Helium miner. I got to get in my antennas. I got to get all these things set up. That's where we are now with the deeper network. So you have, I'd say there's like 4 levels, right? There's the early, the pre-adopters, like before things launch. Right now, I think we're in the early adoption phase, which is like the second level. Then there is the known aspect of things where more people find out about the token and what this actually is, and then you get a little bit more mass adoption. But we're way early. Like, it might seem like, oh man, I missed the gold staking. I didn't get into the LP staking when that was available. Guys, it's still early. I do want to remind you, it is still early on in this project, and there's a lot to be said for getting in early, and I think we're all going to benefit tremendously from it. Let me take a look at some of these messages. If we are able to promo code, I should probably, I did pin that. So the promo giveaway personally for the channel that I'm doing, if you stake DPR, I'm going to grab all of those entries, and that's going to earn you an extra entry when it comes to I guess showtime, right? Like, when I get my unit here and I do a little unboxing, I want to make sure that I'm giving that away. So if anybody stakes utilizing that code not the code, but that link that I put up on the chat, you get an entry to, get a free nano. And at the end of the day, if you don't need it, give it away. Like, maybe it's just the way I think, but it's really exciting to have something of value to give to people. Like, if you go online right now, and maybe I'll do this live, like I'll do it live. I like to do that. Every once in a while, I'm doing a video and I'm like, well, maybe I should look this up and show you guys what it looks like. So deeper network. And I'm going to screen share. So I haven't done this. Let's see, right share. Right, you guys can see my screen. So I'm on eBay. Let's do, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can all see what's going on. Deeper network nano. Let's see what these guys are going for today. Okay. Best offer, and I am not gonna pull an Alex on this one. Okay, so this one is Deeper Connect Nano, new open box. There's one bid for $700. This means that it's gonna sell for at least $700. And I've showed you guys here on eBay. If you go to more filters and we just go to and I want to go to completed items, but only the ones that actually sold. This will give you a true number as far as how much these things are going for. All right, so the price dropped. It was selling for about $1,500. I did tell you guys that on the other, the other video, but $700, $830, $950, $950, $1,000, $860. Wow, this is crazy. Over $1,000, $1,200, $1,200. $1,400, $1,500. Yeah. Again, it's just pretty stinking cool that this is, going for this much. And this is the sort of thing that I won't share with anybody here in my house, I'll just tell them that I'm doing a giveaway. I won't tell them what the giveaway is, because if I tell them it's worth $1,500 or 900, 700, they're gonna look at me like, "Are you sure? You know you don't make money off of YouTube, right? Like, why are you doing this?" But at the end of the day, like I want to build this community, and it's been so phenomenal to be, spending time alongside of you guys, answering your questions, doing research. And I've told you that I get a kick out of this. Like, I love being able to understand enough to where I can empower other people. That makes a big difference. And people forget that sometimes. You can't say you know something or you've mastered anything unless you're able to turn around and teach it to somebody else. So you guys are like testing me. That's the way I look at it. And you're helping me grow, because I've said this before many, many times. You're either growing or you're dying. And the moment I stop learning, the moment I stop researching, I'm done. Like, that's time's up for me. I'm gonna start dwindling away, and my mind's just gonna go. I can't stay idle and not learn. So you guys are giving me something to learn about every single day. Staking 4K will be enough to get a silver node. Drew, no, buddy, sorry. You need 20,000 DPR to stake. That is the minimum. Unfortunately, it is the minimum. And the rewards go up with the more amount of DPR that you stake. All right, it's 10:21 here on the West Coast. I'm going to, keep this open for the next 9 minutes if we have more questions. If not, I will gladly close the stream and be available on Discord. And I'm not going to put this in writing anywhere. Just if you guys are listening and you hear this, if you go to, it doesn't have an S at the end, but discord.action.ceo. So it can't be the, HTTPS, got to be http://discord.action.ceo. You guys can find me there. And my goal is to try to keep that channel communication open all day long. And I'll probably include that when it comes to the giveaway that you have to join the Discord. But I wanted to just give you guys that little gem. So if you want to get in there early, I will always be in there if you guys have any questions, because I do want to help you all. Now, actually, talking about Discord, something that did come up on the Discord is that I am doing some, I guess you guys might think, though, these are, stupid videos about the basics of crypto. Guys, here's my goal. My goal is to make sure that I'm helping mass adoption take place. And for that to happen, we got to get people onboarded. I'm making those videos, the way I'm looking at it, it's for my mom. I need to make videos that my mom can watch. Well, I need to make videos that my dad can watch, because my mom knows a lot about crypto. She's asked me to stake, to buy DPR for her and all sorts of things. So I'm making those videos for my dad. That's what I'm looking, to do with those videos, create a playlist of like the basics that we can say, hey, you don't know anything about the blockchain technology or how it works? Here, watch these videos. It's going to get you up to speed really quick. It's something I wish I had. So again, I'm trying to provide the things I wish I had back in the day that were never provided to me. So that's the goal with that. When are HNT adapters coming out for the mini? So they're coming out when Helium approves it. Helium has had some issues internally, not gonna lie, especially with the spoofing, and that they're trying to, stop the spoofing that's been taking place on their networks, and they've been busy because it's a huge problem and people are taking advantage of the system. That's what's happening right now. So the Helium the Helium network people, they have to approve the deeper antennas before they are shipped out, because there's no point in shipping antennas out if you're not going to be able to connect to the Helium network. And as soon as that comes out, believe me, you're going to be the first ones to find out. I'm going to do everything that I can to try to get my hands on as many as I can so I can get it to you guys without, oh, they're sold out, you can't get them. I'll do, again, everything in my power. If I'm on there and I'm like able to buy them, I'll click the plus button as many times as I can to try to get more of those. All right, Cam, where do I see the token going from here to the end of 2022 versus 10 cents today? Get baseline. So I don't think we're going to hit $50, like this year. I don't think we're going to hit that high number anytime soon. But I do think that it's going to drop more. And let's pull it up, because I think that's important, because I don't want to just talk. I want to give you guys a fair assessment as far as what's happening with DPR. And I want to read this with you together. You should limit one per IP. So they do, while I pull this up, talking about IPs, you can only have one device per ISP. Well, there's a way around that. I'll tell you about that in a second, but you need to have like a unique IP address for every device you're hooking on to the network. So let's say you're in a college campus and you have a shared public IP. Well, that's dangerous because only one person is going to be able to have a miner in that, facility. So keep that in mind. It is important for you to understand that it does make a difference. The only way around that is, for example, with AT&T Fiber, they do allow you to purchase a 5-pack of public IP. So you can put multiple units when it comes to that setup, but it's rare for you to find something like that. But you do need an individual public IP. Well, actually, thanks to, I'm going to say that this is Eric's doing here. And share. All right, so right now, DPR is sitting at 11 cents. It did spike up. Look at that. This is what happens. You have an AMA with Eric and the price just goes up. I do think that there's a little bit more room for this to drop. We'll see what happens, but I think it can go down to about 8.5 cents possibly before it starts to take off. And it's really, really important to find out what are the next releases, what are the next features that are going to come out. That's going to dictate what takes place because we have a pretty limited supply, right? If you look at the pool DPR, you're looking at 10, what is this? 10 million DPR right now. It's not a lot. The more people that stake, the more likely the price is, is going to be to increase because you're taking supply off the market. And the faster they roll things out, things that you can do with DPR, the faster the price is going to increase. And that's how it works with any coin, right? Because the more usability a token has, the more likely it is for people to buy it and use it. That's the bottom line. Informo, what's up? Hey guys, if you don't know who Informo is, he's right here on the chat. He's got a YouTube channel. He talks about Deeper Network and stuff. He is he's not as fun as I am. He's more technical. So I don't want to call it boring because I actually watch all his videos. It's just if you want to get detailed information, he's a really good resource. Go check him out. Just look up Informal Crypto. He's doing a great job with his videos. Little plug there. Want to make sure I get that in. All right. So limiting one per person when purchasing. So Jay Myers, I don't know how that's going to work out. Right now with staking, you can get around that. You can purchase more by staking with different wallets. That is, something you are able to do. We'll see what happens when that next phase comes out because you got to think about it. With the HNT antennas, for example, I have more than one device. Why shouldn't I be able to buy more than one? You know what I mean? It's just a natural thing. Like I want to be able to mine Helium with all of my Deeper Network devices. So take that for for what it's worth. But yes, they should limit somehow. Maybe they should limit based on you need to plug in your device wallet. That way you can confirm you're actually buying this thing for yourself, and you're not going to go out and scalp these things because that's a fair concern that people are going to be buying them in bulk. Oh, HNT just went up to 18%. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, HNT went up while Bitcoin just went down. It's really cool that, to be able, HNT, it's really cool to have a device that can actually mine multiple things. Like that's not something you hear every day. And it's only, oh yeah, wow, look at that. Somebody is, I'll show you guys on screen here. Look at that spike right there. Like we're sitting at 14 and all of a sudden, boom, we're at almost $17 for Helium. That's a nice little spike. Sorry, I got to send this chart to some people that are helping me and that are taking care of stuff. And when I say help me with stuff, I'll admit I'm not the best trader in the world when it comes to cryptocurrencies. And the money that I put in for trading, my expectation is that I'm going to break even. That's my goal. And the reason why I'm not good is because I don't sit here and watch it every second. I'm actually doing research and trying to find out information for all of you guys. But these guys are, working with me as far as investing goes and showing me the ropes as far as how they're making boats load of money with day trading. Not something I either recommend for just anybody or something that I can do myself well. It's something that does take some practice. It's not hard. but it is tedious. You're staring at screens all day. There's money to be made, but man, it's not, I guess you can say, fun to stare at a screen all day waiting for little ticks to go up and down. But it is what it is. There's a lot of money to be made, so people are in it. All right. Any questions I did not answer? And I will actually close this poll. So it looks like about 66% of you guys have devices or are staking and are, inside of the Deeper network. That means that 34% haven't gotten into it. Wow. That's okay. At the end of the day, it's like I said, if there's an opportunity to buy here in August, maybe you guys can get in. I think it's a really good project. And here's the other thing that I'm seeing. Like we have 43 concurrent viewers and only 29 likes. That's a bummer. So if everybody hit the like button, we'd have at least 40 something likes. That's all right. I'm not doing it for the likes. I'm doing it to help you guys out. I'm kidding. The likes help me sleep. No, I'm totally joking. It's really funny. Like this whole YouTube thing is blowing up, and I'm going to close with this because most people that, are just like tuning in to, background or like are done. Eric is gone. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear this random guy here on YouTube. This has been a wild stinking ride. Like I got to take a look at where I'm at with, subscribers. It's been changing on a daily basis. And there was a little bit of a dip over the last few days because I was sick and I just couldn't keep up, man. I just could not keep up. And that when I was sick, the whole family was sick. So it wasn't like, oh, I can take care of this. It's like I got to take care of myself and everybody else too. So it was a little bit tough. The subscriptions to the channel did drop a little bit, but we're back at it and getting 40 to like some days. Just going back as far as subscriptions go, like 90 people subscribing in one day. Like that's insane. Like I never expected this to grow as fast as it's growing, but I am beyond appreciative. And guys, I'm here through and through. Doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter if everybody unsubscribes. I'm still going to do this thing. When the channel got canceled, about a month ago, I didn't give up. I went on my second channel and I kept making videos. So if you appreciate the content that I'm trying to provide, subscribe. The bell for notification is nice if you guys want to see when things are dropping. I have 2 interviews scheduled for this week, so I'm going to be giving you, kind of information that you might not be able to get anywhere else. Robert Nab, where can I get one in August? It has not yet been announced, and it will be announced shortly. Something that people don't actually talk about with the deeper networking. People get a little bit, how can I say this? Pissy. That's the best definition. They keep saying that, like, what's the problem with the deeper network? And I'm going to share my screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. Like, you guys, say you have these great partnerships, and if you go on the product here, see it on Indiegogo, and the buying is on, Indiegogo, and it's like, okay, so why are you selling things on Indiegogo? Because they talk about having partnerships with, bigger people. I can tell you why. The reason that happens, and here we go, partners, about us partners. So, like, how can you claim you have Amazon as a partner, but you're not selling on Amazon? For you to do, and like Best Buy, that's the other big one here in the US. They cannot, Felipe Duarte, brasileiro, beleza. Pode perguntar em português que a gente fala também. If you want to be able to purchase, or let's say sell, if the deeper network wants to sell at Best Buy or Amazon or any of these other larger institutions, they need to have stock. They don't have stock right now. They are shipping out everything that they're making. So currently, you can't do like a pre-sale at Best Buy, with the scale of things. They're ready to go. They've signed papers with these companies. They are legitimate partners, but they can't put out their products the way that they would like to put out. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna say, oh, great, you're gonna sell something that doesn't exist? No, thank you. And they have to revert back to places like Indiegogo to be able to make these things available. It's the only way they're able to sell the products now, because it's like a pre-sale, right? Like they're manufacturing these things while they're selling it. And Amazon and Best Buy, those places, they're not going to have it. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, okay, you're making this thing, yeah, we'll sell it for you, right? Like that's not how it works. Specifically with Amazon, they want you to ship bulks of them to different warehouses so they can ship them out and it can become an Amazon ship product. That's the idea there. And same thing with Best Buy. They want to have, stock, if not in their stores, at least in online stock that they can ship out. And if they don't have that, there's no way that they're going to take those products in. Oh, my trading peoples are asking for me to do this. All right. Any more for any more? Nice shout out. I'll use your code. Oh, Robert, thanks, man. I appreciate it. The wife will appreciate the dinner, actually. This is something that, since it's only a few of us here now, in 2 days, it's my birthday. And I told you guys I was gonna do like a charity event thing for my birthday. I'm doing, and I know I went over the 5 minutes what I was, saying the 10:30, but I'm doing a charity water. If you guys have never heard of charity water, they basically go to Africa and provide clean water to people that are usually walking miles and miles and miles. Like sometimes these little girls, all they're doing for the entire day is getting up and going out to get water and bringing it back to their homes. They don't have an opportunity to go to school, to learn, to do anything. And it, mostly impacts children and women, because those are the ones that are, in charge of taking care of the household. So they have no chance at a future because of water. They have to walk miles upon miles upon miles to be able to gather that. And that's why I want to, do something like this. I've been given so much. I feel truly blessed by how far I've gotten in life in general, and most recently from the support from all of you guys. And if I can do anything, even if it's just a little bit, to be able to give back to somebody that has less than me, I'm going to do so. That's my goal. It's what, makes, I don't know, it's what makes me me. Like, I don't want to be on YouTube and pretend to be somebody else. Like, that's my goal, is to continue to be the person that I am. And I've sponsored kids since I was 16 years old, and I still sponsor them. And this is the sort of thing that just, I think, is much needed in the world. There is so much money in crypto. Like, you guys are going to make a boatload of money. And I'm really excited for you all to be able to make more and more and more and more and more and more money. And I'm excited to make money too. Like, don't get me wrong. But what I want to communicate is, at the same time, while you guys are making money, is that money is amoral, meaning that money isn't good and it isn't bad. It all boils down to what you do with the money that you get, right? Are you going to, go out and bless others and try to be, someone that can make a difference? Or are you just going to be a hoarder and be in a empty penthouse with no friends? Like, what's the goal? What's the end goal? Because at the end of the day, if there's nothing else to it, it's just money, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I wouldn't be doing any of the things that I'm doing. I would just focus on day trading. Like, I can make a ton of money with day trading crypto. All I got to do is stare at a screen 24 hours a day and just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. And there's so much more to life than that, which is why I like following these projects. I like following projects that have good people, like Eric Ma, like the people that, you get to hear from today. It's more than just a project. It's the people. And truth be told, at the end of the day, we're people motivated. We're people who like people, who want to be impacted by people. And if I'm having even a little bit of an impact on anybody else, like, I'm happy. That's my goal. And I've told a lot of you that I've worked with with kids. I've run summer camps for thousands of kids in the past. Still doing that technically. And this is not my main gig. This is not my job right now. YouTube's not my job. I still have to work a job. And I can teach them how to be brilliant thinkers. I can help them become just the most advanced communicators in the world. But if they don't have character, if they don't have something good to put those skills for, if they don't have something good to say, it's all worthless. I much rather spend my time empowering people that are going to make a difference and going to do some good in this world. And at the end of the day, if I'm doing this on YouTube, I'm happy. I'm not trying to be rich and famous. That's not my end goal. My end goal is try to make an impact on somebody else's life. That's my win. That's what I want to do. That's why in 2 days I will launch that campaign, to be able to help other people, to be able to give back a little bit, because I've been given so much and I am truly appreciative of it. Wife and I sponsor 2 families every month in Afghanistan. That's awesome. So talking about sponsoring kids, I have 2 kids that I sponsor. It's a little boy in Brazil and a little girl in Romania. Oh, Squid, thanks. Oh, guys, Squid Talks Tech. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm just like sharing this info with everybody else. Squid Talks Tech has a YouTube channel. He's a pretty cool dude. Super laid back. Very different from Informal. Just so you guys know, like there is a very big difference between the two. But he's a really nice guy to listen to as well. Cash in, cash out. I'm glad you guys are watching this channel. I appreciate that. Can you share how we can also start water fountains? Sure. I mean, what I'm doing, I'll just put this on the screen just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Charity Water is cool. Again, I've actually contributed to them. I sponsored teams to go over to Africa to dig wells. So this is not something like I'm new to. Charity Water, that original. Here's the website, and I'll show you what they're all about. So this is what it is. They basically go around Africa and they dig wells to be able to provide, clean drinking water for people that were walking miles, not to get clean water, to go down these disgusting creeks and get whatever water they were able to get. So that's what I'm looking to support. And this is actually going to be really cool. So one of the reasons I think that this is perfect for the channel, I gotta find this. This is actually super cool. Let me click the donate button. Come on. Right here. Donate your crypto. How awesome is this? You can actually give crypto to charity. I asked a question on the community. If you guys are actually subscribers to the channel, I asked if it would matter if a charity accepts crypto or not. And most of you guys said yes. This is one of the reasons why I like Charity Water, because they're actually doing this. You're actually allowing you to give crypto, and it's going to be pretty cool. Like, I'm really excited to be able to say that, hey, you can give crypto to this, to this event. And I did. I'm trying to pull this up, guys. I'm like super noob when it comes to actually having a YouTube channel. I've helped a bunch of people grow their channels, but recently it's just been me doing this on my own. So here we go. Boom, found it. Right there. Are you more likely to give to charity if they accept crypto? So 60% of you guys said yes. And 20% of you guys haven't ever, aren't giving at all. And I'm going to close with this because I can keep the stream going all day talking to you guys about this stuff because it's stuff I'm actually passionate about. If you've never given before and it's a foreign concept to you, at one point in time, it was a foreign concept to me too. Just try it. Just doesn't matter if it's $1. Just try it. Find something that you can see a need in and support it. Just say, I wonder what it would be like if I was able to help somebody that's less fortunate than I am. Just try it. Like, I can't explain what it feels like to be able to be a part of something like this. You have to do it for yourself. You have to. There's no way for me to define and describe it in words, honestly. And it will change your outlook in life. And if I can do that for one person, for the entire existence of this channel, it'll be worth it, because that's so important. That's so impactful in my opinion. And that's a goal. That's what I'm gonna do a little bit of good in the world. If I'm able to do that, I feel like things are gonna be okay. We can't change what other people do. And I mentioned that, like, it's why I'm creating this basics, crypto basics videos. I can't change the world. I can't change what other people are doing. But if I'm able to change a world, if I'm able to change one person's world, that's good enough for me. Which is why I focus on answering every question that comes across the channel. Why I focus on trying to help people individually. If you guys have questions, like, I want to be able to help you. And Robert Nab. So thoughts on the new bill? Yeah. So here's what, yesterday, people were sending me messages saying, talk about the new bill, talk about what's going on. Like, I was worked up yesterday. I didn't want to do that. The response to the bill, I'll call it a crisis, was me creating a crypto basics series. That's what I came up with. My response to having a crappy written bill is creating information, providing people the basics of how to get into cryptocurrencies, because that's all I can do. I can't control anybody else. I can only control me. Yeah, I can call my senators. I can make those calls. I have made those calls, but the impact that I can do is much greater when I focus on what what I'm doing. So I'm creating videos that you can share with your mom and dad, that you can tell people, hey, do you want to learn about crypto? This is what it is. Here's a quick explanation. They'll give you a quick breakdown and let you understand what this is all about. Because I think that there's a lot of wonderful information out there. I have not been able to find little nuggets of info that are digestible, that people can just sit down and go, oh, I get it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I get it. Those basic questions that we all have that nobody's willing to answer a lot of times. So that's what that's for. A lot of people following the channel, guys, it's not going to be for you. It's going to be for other people, and that's okay. If you see something that, watch the videos. At the end of the day, the videos are going to be decent. I think. I am a little biased since I'm putting them together myself, but it's information that will be beneficial to people that are new to crypto. And if you are not new to crypto, if you watch it and you see something that's either wrong, complicated, go in there, leave a comment, say, hey, I don't get this part. Can you explain this portion, a little bit further? Or I would really like for you to cover X, Y, and Z. My in-laws are asking, what am I doing with all this money? So can you cover this piece? I'll be happy to do so, because that's the goal of that series. Other than that, I've been talking for an hour and 52 minutes. So we gotta put a stop to it. But Robert, to answer your question, bill is not terrible. The bill is extremely poorly written. It's written by people that have no idea how cryptocurrencies work, and yet they're trying to make decisions as far as how things are done. It's backwards to me. I don't have a problem with what they're trying to do. I have a big problem with how they're trying to do it. Because if you really want to bring mass adoption to the space, you can't hinder it the way they're doing it. And the way, what I mean by hindering it is that they're not setting it up right. They're not setting people up for success. I mine, right? How in the world am I supposed to get a 1099 from a mining, from a mining pool to be able to report all these things? It doesn't make any sense. That's the biggest problem I have with it. But we'll get there. We got some people on our side now, and as much as I hate to admit this, there are some really big companies that are going into crypto, and when it comes to lobbying and getting to the ears of these politicians, that's where it's going to come from. That's what's going to take place. And I have to say that I'm glad that there has been, an initial mass adoption by industry leaders, because that's what's going to propel this forward. Yes, I want to see retail investors get in early, get in sooner, but what's going to make the difference, what's going to make the change is going to be these larger corporations, because they have the money to back it. And as soon as you start speaking with dollar bills, all of a sudden politicians listen. All of a sudden politicians listen. That's what what it boils down to, unfortunately. But I'm going to go back to the same thing that I say every time. Am I doing my part? Are you doing your part when it comes to mass crypto adoption? Because the government can say whatever the heck they want. What are you doing? What are the steps you're taking? And I've mentioned this before. This is like the simple things in life, right? Like, okay, maybe you're, and I use the Uber driver analogy because I don't talk about this very much, but my dad drives Uber. That's his thing. He loves driving and loves interacting with people. And, he's in his 60s and that's what he does. So if you're an Uber driver, are you accepting crypto? For tips, do you have a little sign in the back of your, back of your car saying, hey, do you know about crypto? If you'd like to tip me in crypto, here are my wallet addresses, and put a little QR code. I guarantee you, one person that gives crypto to you will already make it worth it. It's an easy and simple way for you to help bring mass adoption to the space. Because what mass adoption, requires is mass adoption, which means that you got to do it. You got to make it available. You got to make it a thing that people can actually participate in and help and be a part of. And if you're not willing to do it, how can you expect other people to do so? It's going to happen in the little steps, in the little changes, right? That's where it starts. And it starts with you and it starts with me. I'm trying to do my part when it comes to those basic videos. And I hope all of you understand the impact that you can have personally. Because that's all we can do is focus on what we are able to accomplish. And I do this all the time and it's hilarious. And together we can make this a better place. All right. Is there time to get a stage 1 or stage 2? And what credit score do I need to get a Genesis miner? Big boomstick. Closing with, what we started with, which is DPR. Yes, you can still get in. Phase 2 is still open. You don't want, to wait too long because they haven't announced a closing date yet, but that is going to be coming up shortly. The link is right at the top. It's been pinned to the chat. It's stakedpr.action.ceo. That's my referral link. So I actually get DPR if you guys use my link. That's why I put it up there so you guys can know if you do stake. And it's actually pretty cool because it allows me to track how many people are actually taking advantage of staking from the channel. That's actually a big benefit that I don't even consider it sometimes, but it's really awesome to see that. The other benefit of using that link is because I'm going to give out a nano, and anybody that does stake will be entered automatically. Thanks for stream action. I missed out on the AMA questions. I had to attend another rewind. Thumbs up. All right. Good deal, Steven. Good deal, man. I need to sell Helium miner. That's actually interesting. So Helium just went up in price, and we were just talking about this like a lot. Right now we're sitting at, $17.90, and it's still going up. When we talked about the spike in Helium, it had jumped up to about 17, so now it's almost at 18. Helium mining is going to come to the deeper network, but those devices are not yet approved. As soon as they are approved, I'm going to make sure to cover here on the channel. So if you have a deeper network device, that it could become a Helium miner rather quickly. So think about that. So if you don't need multiple Helium miners and you can't put it anywhere else, selling your Helium miner and adding an antenna to your DPR could be well worth it, guys. Oh no, I got 2 so I got 2 minutes to close this down and make it an even 2 hours. I'm going to be a big nerd now and actually wait for that 2 hours to hit, which is going to be in 2 minutes exactly from now. Here we go, main window. You haven't, yeah. It's pretty cool. Like, I love these streams because people just randomly drop little info there. Like, somebody just bought up, HNT, or Bitcoin is down, massive whale sale. Like, and I love the community and being able to actually share information with you guys. It's been pretty awesome. You have 6 of them. That's awesome. You got 6 of those coming. I have 3 technically. I'm staked, and I have a mini and a nano coming my way. So I'm going to be giving that nano away to you guys. And yeah, I can't wait. And really, I can't wait to see that Helium antenna. And the cool thing about the antenna that I'm really excited about is to be able to plug it in via USB and move it further away without any signal loss. And I've covered, the reason I actually did an antenna video on HNT is because I think that people are going to benefit tremendously, that are in the deeper network, to understand how the antenna situation works before it's even out. So if you haven't checked that out, there's a video inside of if you just look up the antenna, Helium and, Action Crypto, you should be able to find the video. Actually, that's even better for the algorithm. YouTube's crazy. Like, I'm learning so much about the algorithm and how things work. Like, so if you search for Helium antenna Action Crypto and you click on my video, YouTube's like, oh, people like this video. Not only that, if you watch the video when you found it that way, they're like, oh, not only do they like finding this out, they're now watching the video all the way through. So let's give this guy more views. Like, it's super cool how all these little nuances make a difference on a channel. But like I said, I will be on Discord if you guys need any help. I'm going to answer all the comments that come up on this video, and I'm going to, kind of end it here. Discord is discord.action.ceo, and it's HTTP, not HTTPS. So no S there. And we're coming on that 2 hours, like I was saying. But thank you so much, guys. It's been awesome. I'll see you guys in the next one.